Hi everybody, it's Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. I'm an American expat living in Malaysia and I like to share my life and travels with you. Well, the other day I woke up and I opened my draperies and I saw what a beautiful day it was. And we haven't had that many lately. So I thought, well, what would I like to do? So I thought, something I haven't done before. And then I thought, hey, maybe I'll go to tea at the new Park Hyatt at Merdeka 118. That sounds fun. So I'll tell you how that worked out, and I'll also tell you about where you can get shirts just like this that I'm wearing. Sound interesting? Stay tuned. Well, even though it was a Saturday and a beautiful day, I thought, what harm will it do to see if I can get reservations? So I went online and I Googled Park Hyatt afternoon tea. And then the first thing that came up, I clicked on. And I bought some vouchers for afternoon tea. And then I made a reservation. But then I was sitting there thinking and I thought, that said it was on the 38th floor. And I thought the Park Hyatt restaurant was higher than 38 floors. So I went back and looked closer, and yes, I had made a mistake and bought a voucher for the Grand Hyatt. So I'd already bought the voucher, but hey, I can use that a different time. The Park Hyatt has a lovely KLCC view anyway, and I'm sure it has a lovely afternoon tea. So anyway, I went back to Google and I looked up the Park Hyatt and made sure it was the Park Hyatt. Now, unfortunately, they were booked for afternoon tea that day, which is no surprise since it's brand new and it's a beautiful day, and it's probably the most reasonable way you can actually see the place. So since the afternoon tea was booked for that day, I decided to look at other options. And they did have lunch available at the Merdeka Grill, which is on the same floor, the 75th floor. I looked it up and they had a reservation available for 2 p.m., so I booked that. And I called a friend of mine to see if he wanted to go with me. And he said, sure, why not? That sounds great. So I started getting ready and, picked out a nice outfit to wear. And I was just really excited because I have wanted to get into that building for a while now. It hasn't been open very long at all, but I have seen other YouTubers who have, done some videos on it. I also had looked at maybe staying there sometime, renting a room for a night, but sadly that's not in the cards for me. I just really can't afford it. I'll talk more about that later. But I do have some viewers that are staying there in January, and they said they would have me over and I could tour their room and film it. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope that pans out. So just before I got started getting ready to go, because I had plenty of time, I got a phone call from the restaurant. And they asked me if I could possibly come earlier than 2 p.m. because 2 p.m. was last call for their kitchen. Well, I sort of wondered why they'd let me make a reservation for 2 p.m. then, and it probably would have been fine. But I had to really hurry to get ready and get there in time. I told her, I said, well, I'll try to get there, and it'll probably be between 1:30 and 1:45. And she said that was fine. So I called my friend and told him to hurry up and get ready. And then I hopped in the shower and I'd already picked out my outfit, so that was good. We ran into a bit of traffic on the way there, unfortunately. So it was a little past 1:30 when we got there. And so I didn't want to fool around with trying to, figure out the parking garage and where to go and all that. So I just decided to use valet parking. Well, I wouldn't recommend it, however. I mean, yeah, you get to park right in front of the door, but it costs 60 ringgit. I have never had valet parking that expensive in my life. One time I paid 36 ringgit and thought that was highway robbery. But 60 ringgit really is beyond the pale. But I didn't feel like I had much of a choice. And besides, it was going to be an expensive lunch anyway, so I thought, why not go for it? So the hotel has its own entrance on the ground floor. But the actual lobby is on the 75th floor. So you can see here how grand it is as you drive up. The entrance to the left is to the main building, I guess, and the entrance to the right is for the hotel. So you walk into this cavernous, beautiful space, as you can see here, and you take an escalator up one level, and they have a little reception desk there to guide you, I guess, and a little bit of seating. but we were shown right to the elevator and whisked up to the 75th floor. As you can see in this footage, the elevator is really dark and moody, but boy is it fast. Now I have this video speeded up a little bit because it's not this fast, but it does only take about 40 seconds to get to the 75th floor, and that's pretty amazing if you ask me. I think it's probably the fastest elevator I've ever experienced. And I had to clear my ears at least twice. Now when you reach the 75th floor, you can turn one way and go to the hotel lobby, or to go the other way to the Merdeka Grill, which is where we were heading. So we just headed right over there. My goodness, it's a lovely restaurant, as you can see here. We were seated right away, although they didn't have a table by the window, but a couple minutes later they let us move to one that was right by the window. Now, of course, you would expect that it has incredible views from the 75th floor, and it surely does. But I found it sort of odd that the restaurant faced east, which is not really the most interesting view. Well, yeah, you can see mountains in the background, but most of the buildings you see you don't recognize. Now, you can see the TRX Tower, which is the only major landmark you can see from the restaurant, except for one really exclusive private room at the entrance to the restaurant. And they have some views from a sitting area too, I think. It was still a fantastic view and very exciting. In fact, after touring the entire 75th floor, I was surprised they didn't focus more of the rooms on the view of KLCC. I don't know, I guess they planned it that way, but it just doesn't seem like it makes much sense. I would think they would really want to focus on the most spectacular buildings. But of course you can see them from the rooms, I'm sure. And I'm sure the view is breathtaking at night, and I would love to see it then. But the dinner prices are way more than the lunch prices, which were a stretch for me anyway. So I'm not sure I'll be able to eat dinner there anytime soon. Maybe a viewer could take me, that would be great. But I probably could afford to have a cocktail there sometime in the bar. And the bar has a nice view too. But the cocktails start at 60 ringgit, so that's not cheap either. That's about $15 US. So after we were seated, we were presented with the menus, and they had an a la carte section, which was wildly expensive. And then they had a set lunch section, which wasn't that bad, actually. You could get 2 courses for 158 ringgit, or 3 courses for 198 ringgit. After looking over the menu, my dining companion decided to just go on the 2-course menu for him, and he started with a salad, and then he had the steak. The beautiful salad, as you can see here, consisted of mixed hydroponic greens, grilled corn, grapes, hazelnut, and with a lemon dressing. And then it had shaved pecorino cheese on top. It was a beautiful salad, as I'm sure you'll agree. The steak course was grilled hanger steak sliced with a green pepper butter, fries, and a small mixed salad. I don't know, I guess he wanted 2 salads, but that's what he got. Everything was beautifully presented and delicious. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Let me go back a little. When we first sat down, I ordered a whiskey sour, and we just got a bottle of water for the table. My friend got some pineapple juice. And then they served this beautiful fresh bread with a sort of a hummus that you dip it in. It was very, very good, I have to say. Now, so back to my food. I had the 3-course menu. I started with the duck liver waffle. Wow, have you ever heard of anything so weird? A duck liver waffle. I certainly haven't, but I can tell you it was spectacular. So yummy. It had duck liver mousse on top of a savory waffle, cherries, and a fermented green pepper sauce. I absolutely love this dish. Now, I'm a big fan of liver, and I've actually been on a kick lately of making chicken liver mousse myself at home. Now, I have to say this duck liver mousse was a tad better than mine, but mine's pretty good too, I will say. I know most people don't like liver, so sorry for talking about it. It was really delicious, and of course more elevated than my chicken liver mousse. For my main course, I had the roasted duck confit. Oh, that's one of my favorites. I think I've only had it in KL before at Alexis, which is a restaurant near me here. It came with some oranges, celery puree, kale, and a honey lime pepper sauce. It was yummy, it was delicious. And I was quite full after that, but I had ordered the 3-course. so I was entitled to a dessert too. They had two choices on the menu for dessert: a poached pear and ice cream, and a pavlova with ice cream. And I love pavlova. It's one of my favorite things, and it's something I only have discovered since living in Malaysia. It's actually from New Zealand and Australia, maybe the UK, but I'd never had it before I moved here, and I love it. You know, it's a sweet meringue with fruit, and this came with ice cream too. So I asked the waiter which he thought was a better dessert, and he said he would pick the poached pear because it was less sweet than the pavlova. Well, I probably shouldn't have taken his advice and just ordered what I wanted, but then you sort of feel awkward if you ordered something they aren't suggesting. I don't know. So I got the pear dessert and I was slightly disappointed. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. It was delicious, what am I saying? But I bet the pavlova is better, and if I ever go there again, that's what I'm gonna get. Lesson learned though, get what you want, not what the waiter suggests. So we had a leisurely lunch. It was lovely, although the service was fast, and the service was excellent, by the way. You know, very attentive, always coming back to fill your water glass and things like that. So how much did lunch cost after all was said and done? Well, it came to a little more than 500 ringgit, which is about, $125 or so, which in Malaysia is an outrageous amount for lunch. But you know, this is like a 5-star place. You've got to expect it's going to be expensive, and we enjoyed it thoroughly. After lunch, we had a look around, investigating the restaurant a little bit more, and I found this, room that had this incredible view overlooking KLCC, and it was so special. It had just a big round table for about 8 to 10 people, and it was like at a point, and there was glass on both sides, and the views were extraordinary. If I ever have a special occasion and I can afford it, I'm going to book that room. And there were also a couple other loungy type rooms that I guess you could eat at too. So we walked back through the elevator lobby. We started in the hotel lobby, which you can see here is quite majestic. Very, very like 2-level tall ceilings and with just amazing views. And it has some lovely seating areas where you can sit and just look out over the city. It's quite magical. It certainly would give one a very nice impression of the hotel. Speaking of the hotel, which has to be one of the highest hotels in the world, because it's from the 75th floor to the 115th floor. Wow. So we were at the bottom of the hotel. A future observation area for the building is going to be on floors 115 to 118. One of them, or all of them, I'm not sure. But you can look forward to that. It should be opening sometime soon, I would think. They'll probably have a fee to go up there. So if you want to do something like get a similar view, but not pay the fee to go up to the observation level, you could just have a drink at the bar at the hotel. The 252 rooms and suites in the hotel offer stunning views. I mean, all of them must, but only a few probably face the KLCC. Here's a few pictures of the rooms at the hotel, and they look wonderful. And the bathrooms are stunning too, as you can see here. I doubt I'll ever get to stay there, but I hope to get to see it when my viewers are staying there in January. The pool and the spa are on the 99th floor. And you can see here the pool. I don't have any pictures of the spa area. But boy, can you imagine swimming in a pool on the 99th floor? How special would that be? Incredible, right? Then we looked at the rest of the spaces on the 75th floor. We started with the Park Lounge, which is where they have afternoon tea. And it's also a restaurant that specializes in Asian and Western comfort food. It was quite busy, but I got some footage of it here, along with some pictures I took. The Park Lounge also has a bakery bar, which I didn't see, but I guess it's maybe, a place just to get desserts. The Cacao Mixology and Chocolate Bar is the cocktail lounge for the hotel, and it's on the other side of the building. It's a beautiful space, as you can see here, and I would love to go for cocktails there sometime, and probably will. But you can expect if it's 2 people and you each have 2 cocktails, it's going to be well over 200 ringgit, or more than $50. So that's sort of pricey, but not really, considering all alcohol is expensive here in Malaysia. So I just thought it was a wonderful spur-of-the-moment thing to do to go to this hotel for lunch. I hope you enjoyed coming with me. I really enjoyed it. But now I'm going to introduce to you a new place you can get shirts like mine, just like this one I'm wearing. You could have a matching shirt with Taylor. How awesome would that be? A good friend of mine recently started a business called Banyan. It's an online shop that sells tropical shirts and shorts. Now, right now, I believe it's only available for the US, Canada, and maybe Australia. I'm not sure about Australia, but that'll be coming soon if it's not already. I've already purchased a few. As you can see, this is one. And here's another outfit that I got. And I wanted to talk to you about the sizing. Now, this is a 3X. Now, normally in the US, I would wear a 2X. But this is a 3X. I tried the 2X. My friend said he thought I would wear a 2X. And yes, here you can see this is a 2X. It's just a little more snug on me than I like. I could certainly wear it though. So you have to keep that in mind. So if you wear about a 2X in US sizes, you could either get the 2X or the 3X, just depending on how snug you like your clothes. I like mine a little bit roomy. Now, I bought these shirts from my friend because he is not paying me to do this. I am simply promoting his business because he's a good friend of mine. Now, I'm not getting a cut of sales or anything, but he is offering a discount to my viewers, which I'll talk about in a minute. This is the Banyan floral print shirt. Well, I think they're all floral print actually, but it's designed to give you those instant paradise vibes, whether you're actually on a beach in Thailand or on a beach in the US. You'll be looking sharp, I can tell you. It's an effortless, laid-back style that can go from the beach to the evening. And if you're like me, you just wear these every day. It helps you stand out in a crowd, that's for sure. It's made of a premium polyester spandex blend, and it's incredibly lightweight and breathable, but very quality, you can tell. It even has a pocket. Seriously, it's like wearing a breeze. But most of my shirts are like this. I think they're all the same fabric. So maybe they're all made in Thailand, but these are made in Thailand. In fact, they're authentic Thai-inspired designs. And they're fade resistant. Also, it's very easy care. You just throw it in the washer and the dryer, and you're good to go. No ironing required. That's good because I hate ironing. Now, how much are these wonderful shirts, you might ask? Well, surprisingly affordable. They are less than $20 US. I'm sorry that they're not available to my Malaysian viewers, but you probably can find similar shirts in Malaysia, or in Thailand if you happen to be there. There are also matching shorts in blue, green, and beige. Not sure about the prices on those, but these would be on the site. So look in the description for this video below for a link to the website to purchase these. Or you could just click on this QR code that I have here. Also, because you're my special viewers, he's giving a special discount to you. Just type Andrew Tide in as the promotion code and you'll get a 10% discount. Isn't that great? So I hope you guys are interested and will help me help my friend. He hasn't been doing this business very long, but it's already going pretty well from what I understand. But I'm not surprised. I'm really happy with the shirts I've purchased. If you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe. And check the notification bell too, that way you won't miss any of my future content. Also, I really like it when you buy me coffees. And I felt like it's really been slacking off lately. I don't know what it is, but it's so important because it's about 50% of my income here on YouTube. And even though I really enjoy making these videos for you, I really need to make a little money from it to make it worthwhile for me. I hope you understand that. Well, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed joining me for my luxury lunch with a view and learning about these wonderful new shirts too. Have a great week, everybody, and take care. Talk to you later. Bye.